I'm going to talk about the position of women in society from the 1500s to today. In the 1500s, women were actually expected to work, and not just work in the house doing the household chores, but work in professions like spinning cloth, tailors, milliners, dyers, and shoemakers. They were not allowed to work as lawyers, doctors, or teachers, but they were allowed to have jobs. They were actually kept very busy working on their husbands' farms, and their husbands were not capable of running a farm without the help of the wife. In the subject of contributing to society, women played an important role. It is a myth that 16th century women were meek and submissive. Some were strong-minded, and they had more influence than is sometimes imagined. During the 1600s, the status of women was very limited. They were to be under the control of a male figure, which was their father or their husband, and if she had neither, then any other male figure from their family. Marriage was very important during this time, as it was in the 1500s. Women had a defined future, and that was their role as a daughter, then as a wife, then as a mother. Women were very controlled during this time, financially and physically. In the 1700s, most people received something by way of inheritance. Most people got married and so experienced the law of marital property. At this time, women could own property, and as you can see, marriage is still a very important factor. If they are married, then they were set to get benefits from their husbands. In the 1800s, women's status in society was still very limited. Everything that belonged to the wife belonged to her husband, including her body. This was accepted by the law and by marriage vows. In the 1900s, women received the right to omit their promise from their vows, which was a step up for them. There were three working classes at this point for women, which included the upper working class, the lower working class, and the underclass women, and the difference between each status was obvious. The 1900s was a good turning point for women and their status in society. There were more women's organizations and professionals. Women were able to work more and have higher paying jobs and jobs that demanded higher skill set. They were also more educated. Women struggled all the way up until the 20th century to attain political equality. The 1900s showed that women were stronger mentally and physically than previously thought. Women have come such a long way from the 1500s to today, and they can only continue to fight for what they deserve, which is equality in every aspect of life.